everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are live. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. Whether you are joining us live or watching the replay later, we are so glad you are here. As you are coming in, say hello in the comment section so we know where you're watching us from. Today's conversation is for anyone who has ever thought about starting an online business but has questions, doubts, or past experience that make them hesitate. We are going to have an honest conversation, share our personal experiences, and hopefully encourage someone who is exploring new opportunities. For those of you who might be meeting me for the first time, welcome. My name is John. I'm originally from Nigeria. I now live in Texas. I'm a wife, a mom of two, a healthcare worker, and a digital business owner. Like many people, I wanted to create more flexibility and more opportunities while continuing my healthcare career. That journey led me to begin exploring and building an online business alongside my job. Today, I enjoy sharing what I'm learning and encouraging others who are looking to grow personally and professionally. Today's discussion is conversation about starting an online business. It's completely normal to have questions before trying something new. Some people have had disappointments in the past. Some wonders if they are capable of learning something different. Others have had things that make them uncertain about taking the first step. That's why this conversation is so important. I'm excited to be joined by one of my amazing business partners, Mentor Madeline. Madeline own has her own unique journey, and I know many of you will be able to relate to her experiences. Mentor Marilyn, thank you so much for joining me today. Before we begin, would you like to introduce yourself to everyone watching us? The floor is yours.
Thank you, Sis Joan. Thank you for hosting us today. Welcome to everyone who is joining us live or catching the replay later. Thank you for following our journey and supporting us in this journey as well. We appreciate each and every one of you. For those of you seeing me for the very first time, my name is Marilyn. I am originally from Papua New Guinea. I now live here in the States with my husband and two kids. I work as a nurse and also run my digital business alongside my job. Thank you, sis. Back to you.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you here. Let's begin with our first question. Many people are interested in exploring online opportunities, but they are hesitant because they've been disappointed before. I can completely understand why someone would feel hesitant because trying something new after a disappointing experience isn't easy. For me, I believe it's important not to let one experience define every opportunity that comes your way. When I first learned about this business, I didn't make a quick decision. As a healthcare worker, a wife, and a mom, I knew my time and resources were valuable. So I wanted to understand exactly what I was getting into. I asked questions, watched the webinar, and took time to learn about the business model before deciding it was something I wanted to pursue. One thing that stood out to me was that I wasn't expected to know everything from the beginning. Seeing that there were step-by-step training system, and a supportive community that made learning feel manageable gave me confidence. So, if someone has been disappointed before, I would encourage them not to let one experience stop them from exploring another opportunity. Instead, keep an open mind, ask questions, do your research, and make a decision based on what you have learned, not just on the past disappointments. Every opportunity deserves to be evaluated on its own. Mentor Madeline, what would you say to someone who is interested but hesitant because they have been disappointed by other opportunities in the past?
Thank you. And, I, for one, had a past experience that, when I see anything online, I tell myself it's a scam because of what I experienced. But I did not let that stop me. When I came across this online opportunity, when I heard this lady talking about the business and how she was able to work from home and, make your own schedule and just work around her own schedule, I was like, this is too good to be true, right? Who says an immigrant will come live abroad and don't have a job but he can work from home? Like, what kind of business is this, right? So I was curious. I had fears, I had my doubts, but I was curious because I want to know what exactly is she doing and what is she talking about, right? So with my past experience, I didn't let that stop me. I connected with the lady, I talked with her, and ask questions. Most of us, we let our past experience stop us from seeing or getting into what is actually meant for us. We let that past experience stop us from, living our dreams or um, learning new skills because of what we experienced before. We are disappointed and we don't want that to happen again. But here is the thing: if you have learned from your past experience what you did and you got disappointed, you will now be like, okay, before I tried something, I failed because I did X, Y, and Z, right? But now there's a new opportunity. I want to learn. I want to know what is this all about. So do your research, ask questions, and see if this is something you really want to do or not. Don't just say, no, I've done this before and everything, all the online business is the same. No, not all online business is the same. They are different. Yes, they are all online, but they have different techniques or different style how they run their business. So you have to do your research, check it out, and see if you know you get disappointed or not, because there's a lot of opportunities out there. So check it out for yourself. That's what I would say. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I think many people can relate that after a can relate to that after a disappointing experience. It's understandable to have questions and want to protect yourself. That's why it's so important to take your time, ask questions, do your own research, and make informed decision before starting anything new. Let's move to our second question. Looking back on your journey, if you could go back and talk to yourself before you joined, what advice would you give yourself?
That's a good one. And I like this question because many of us, we first see something, like they say, the shiny objects, and we just jump on head first without even thinking about what's gonna happen. If I do this, what is the consequences that I will face, or what's gonna happen if I do this? I Am I gonna be safe? Am I gonna be okay. We don't have all these questions. When we see something shining in front of us, you'll be like, oh, let me grab it and just jump right in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, one advice that I would give myself, looking back on my journey now, is to take your time, do your research, ask questions. If you don't know something, it's better to ask than to say, oh, no, I don't know it, so I don't want to do it, right? Because learning is part of our growth. If we don't learn something, we'll still be stuck in the same
Mm-hmm.
situation, right? For example, if you want to learn how to cook a new food that you're not used to it, right? You won't just go and say, okay, I need this. No, you will go and search, right? You will see what ingredients I need to make this food, and you will take your time and watch maybe 100 videos, get everything prepared, and then you'll say, okay, let's try it. Maybe the first time it won't be perfect, but if you do it over and over again, it will turn out the way you wanted it, right? So the advice that I will give myself looking back is take your time, do your research, ask questions. If you're unsure, it's better to ask questions than just dive in like I did before, and I got myself scammed. And from learning from that, my advice to myself is to take your time and ask questions. Thank you, sis.
Thank you. I love that. It's amazing how much we learn once we begin something new. Many of us think we need to know everything before we start, but the truth is that learning happens along the way. Sometimes the biggest step is simply believing that we are capable of learning. For me, if I could go back, I would tell myself, John, stop overthinking, trust the learning process, and believe in yourself. Before I joined, I kept wondering if I could really build an online business because my background is in healthcare, not digital marketing. So I questioned whether I had the right skills or enough experience. But once I started, I realized I didn't need to know everything one day. I simply need to be willing to learn. The truth is, most of the important decisions we make in life happen before we feel fully prepared. Think about becoming a parent. Most people will tell you they never felt 100% ready. Or if you move to another country, leaving everything familiar behind can be scary. But many people take that step because they believe it will create a better future. For me, moving from Nigeria to the United States was a major life decision for me anyway. I didn't exactly know how everything would work out over here, but I trusted that taking the first step would open new opportunities for me. The same the same thing is true when we decide to go back to school, change careers, learn things new, or start up a new business. Those decisions required courage before confidence. Looking back, I realized this business was no different. Every training I completed, every webinar I attended, every question I asked, and every small step I took helped me become more confident and grow. If I could go back, I would spend less time doubting myself, more time believing that I could grow into the person I wanted to become, and believe and give myself permission to start before feeling completely ready. So
Yes,
let's continue.
can I add to what you just said? I love what you
Yes.
said, because this is exactly what most of us are doing. We want to feel like we are ready before we start something, right? Like example you said, before moving overseas, you need to get prepared before you come over, right? But then when you came over here, the the life you thought that you would have here did not happen exactly how you wanted it to be, right? So then
Exactly.
you have to learn how to navigate again, and learn new skills and learn how people live in this place, right? What they eat, how they dress, and all of that,
Hmm.
right? And most of us, we overthinkers too. Like me, I'm an overthinker too. Like when it comes to I have to think and think and think and all of that. But here is the thing, you have to give yourself permission, like my sister said, give yourself a chance and see what is out there for you. Right? We always say, "Oh, I need to be prepared," and that's good. But sometimes, if we say, "Oh, I have to wait for the perfect time," I have to wait. There's no perfect time, my friend. There's
Exactly.
there's
There's
no
none.
perfect time. So if you keep on waiting, then what about your goals? What about your dreams? They still gonna wait if you don't take action. So if you want something to happen, take action. When we started, we weren't like ready. We didn't have everything together,
Yes.
but along the journey, we learned and we grew. Like my sister Joan here, I am so proud of her. When I first met her, she was so nervous. She told me, "Oh, my sister, I don't think I can go live. I don't think I can do it." And I told her, "Hey, listen, you are here. You can do it, okay? I will give you, time to host." And here we are. Look at her hosting like a pro, and I'm so proud of her. So that's how our journey started. We didn't have everything figured out. We started with what we have, and here we are now. So that's all I want to add to what you said, sis. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Another thing I've learned is that confidence doesn't come before you begin. It grows as you continue learning,
Exactly.
taking actions, and believing in yourself. That's the most important time. You have to believe in yourself. Let's continue with our next question, Mentor Madeline. There are many opinions about online business. What's the biggest misconception people have about this business? And what would you like them to understand instead?
Thank you. I find that one of the most misconception that people have about our online business program is make money fast. They think that when they join, they will make money right away, right? And I want to tell you that this is not how our business operates. In fact, any business, because like for say, when you open a shop, any shop you want to open, maybe a bakery or a coffee shop or a braiding shop where you braid people's hair and stuff like that, it doesn't take off in one, like the first week when you started and you see, oh, you don't see that, oh, I have made profit already, I have accumulate what I spend. No, it takes time before you get or you accumulate what you have spent, right? It's the same in our online business. You don't make money right away when you join. You have to learn first. That's number one. You have to learn and know how our business operates and how you can generate the income. It doesn't happen like, oh, today I go sign up on the website and then, yes, I'm a business owner and I will make money. No, no, no. The registration on the website is the first step. That's where you get the information and you tell yourself, okay, I think I can do this. I'm I I'm willing to learn and I want to, become my own boss. I want to start my own online business. That's where it all started. And from there you will learn how to market on social media, how to, attract the right people and how you can generate your income, right? It doesn't
Yes.
happen overnight.
Mhm.
So I want to let you all know that when you register on our website, it doesn't mean that you're a business owner already. No, this is where you learn. That's where learning starts. And then you decide. That is why we always direct you there so you can make your own informed decision. We are not here to pressure you, to force you. No, we are simply sharing this amazing online business program. like us ordinary moms, just, building an extraordinary lifestyle alongside our job. And we want mothers like us to know that they can do it also. If we can do it, you can do it. So that's what I want you to understand, that yes, it's an online business, but you don't make money overnight. This is not a get rich quick scheme here. That's process that you have to learn before you get to where you want to go, right? If you want to see income, you want to generate income, you have to put the work, you have to put the time
Mhm.
to see the result. It doesn't happen overnight,
Mhm.
like I said. So I want to make sure you understand that part. Thank you, sis.
Thank you for sharing that perspective. Misconception often comes from not having enough information or from comparing different type of businesses without understanding how they work. One of the conceptions I have come across, that people assume every online business is exactly the same. In reality, there are many different business models, and it's important to understand how a particular opportunity works before forming an opinion, because um, it's just like me saying that every healthcare job is the same. As someone who works in healthcare, I know that's not true. A nurse, a physical therapist, a pharmacist, and a radiology technician all works in healthcare, but they have different roles, different responsibilities, and different ways of serving people. That's the same thing in business. There are different business models, different systems, and different ways of learning and growing. That's why it's so important not to judge every opportunity based on one experience or one opinion. Take time to understand how it works. The second one is that people think they need to be expert before they can get started. That certainly wasn't my experience. I came into this business with a healthcare background, not a marketing background, like I said before. Everything I have learned has been through training, mentorship, and applying what I have learned step by step. For this journey, for me, it has been about much more than building an online business. It has helped me develop new digital skills. It encouraged me to step outside my comfort zone, which I loved anyway. And it introduced me to a supportive community that continues to encourage me to grow. Those are things that I value just as much as anything else I have gained through this experience. So I would encourage anyone who is curious to ask questions, learn as much as they can, and make the decision that best for them, that's best for them based on the fact and their own goals. Now let's move to our final question. What has kept you committed to this business and community over time? For me, what has kept me committed is that this journey has become about so much more than business, building a business. When I first started, I was looking for a way to create more flexibility while continuing to work in healthcare. But as time went on, I realized I was getting something much bigger. I was growing in confidence. I was becoming more comfortable stepping out of my comfort zone. For example, if you had told me a few years ago that I'd be confidently doing Facebook Live and sharing my stories online, I probably would have laughed because that wasn't something I think would be possible But this journey has challenged me to grow, and I'm grateful for that. Another thing that has kept me committed is the community. Having people around you who encourage you, support you, and want to see you succeed. That's exactly what I've experienced here. Whenever I had questions, there was always someone willing to help. Like my sister Marilyn. Whenever I call up on her and ask her some questions, she's always willing to help. Whenever I felt uncertain, there was training, mentorship, and encouragement to keep learning and moving forward. And I think that's something we all need in life, regardless of what we are pursuing. Whether you are going back to school, changing career, starting a business, or learning a new skill, having the right support system can make a huge difference. And the last reason is my why. What keeps me committed is my why, the reason why I started this business. As a mom, a wife, I'm always thinking about creating more opportunities and more flexibility for my family's future. That purpose reminds me to stay consistent, keep learning, and continue growing. So for me, is the combination of personal growth, a supportive community, and having a meaningful reason to keep moving forward that has kept me committed to this journey. Mentor Marilyn, what has kept you committed to this business and community over time? The floor is yours. Hello, Mentor Marilyn. Network. It looked like she has a network issue. Okay, as while we're waiting for her, okay, I believe many of the people watching us today can relate to all this information we have passed. Whether you are a healthcare worker, a busy parent, a student, or someone learning something completely new, having the right support system and staying connected to your why can make all different. Growth takes time, but when you are committed to learning and surrounded by people who encourage you, every small step become part of something bigger. As we begin wrapping up today's conversation, I want to share a few key takeaways. It's okay to be cautious if you have had disappointing experience in the past. Every new opportunity deserves to be evaluated on its own. Learning something new takes time, patience, and consistency. Having guidance, support, and a community can make a meaningful difference along the journey. Most important, remember that your past don't have to define your future. If today's conversation resonates with you, we do love to hear from you. And if you have been curious about building an online business, visit any of the websites on the screen. We will be happy to help you get started. Before I go, I do like to sincerely thank Mentor Marilyn for joining me today and sharing her experience. Thank you to everyone who joined us live, to everyone watching from replay. We truly appreciate you. Bye, everyone. We see you on our next live. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.